Another perfect pot for carrots. Oh, it's a little cracked. I don't care. It's worth using. A couple holes on the bottom and a nice wide opening. Perfect to grow more carrots in. It's free. Hi, it's Robbie from Southern California. I'm working out here in the morning, and this is how I plant carrots. They say it doesn't work. These are scarlets. They don't get really, really big, but if they do, they do. So I only planted part of them. I'm going to show you what I did because I couldn't fit any more in there. I'm going to find another pot for it, but let me show you. We put it over here, and we'll go back, and I'll explain exactly what I did. I'm putting it in the shade right now because I just planted them. Now there's way too many in here. Look at this. But it doesn't matter. So I'm working here, and what I'm doing is I'm doing the last tote, and this one, I'm taking out a lot of the soil so I can replace it with leaves and matter on the bottom. Everything is gone. I want you to see this. This is all compost. Get the sun on it. And there's no real earthworms in here. You know why? They left a lot of them because they already broke it down. There's no food in there for them. Oh, there'll be some microbes and stuff, and there might be a few tiny earthworms and earthworm eggs. But once it's broken down, they move on. They crawl out at night crawlers, and they just do their thing. Look at that. From the potting soil, the little bit I put in there last year, they never even popped open. Oh boy, and that's from over a year ago, so it never popped open. That's plant food they put in when I use a small amount. But look at this. So now I'm stuffing this with some leaves on the bottom, and I'm going to use this super, super fine, beautiful compost I made, though I call it soil. And I'm going to plant carrots in this one. Got good holes drilled on the bottom. Look at all of this. This is all out of here, and it was leaves, it was sticks. There's roots, but that's from the plant that was in there, and I had some milkweed in there too. That'll all break down now. But look at this. You couldn't find anything better for carrots. So since I already scooped all that out, I'm going to use that to top this up when I put a bunch of leaves and kitchen scraps in there. And right now I'm just going to fill this up, and I'm going to go plant a bunch of baby carrots. Is that not cool? And they should grow fairly straight because the soil is so fine. All right, I'm going to get this done, and then I'll have another bucket of carrots. So let me show you exactly how we got this done so you can do the same thing. So I think this is a very different way of doing carrots. Let's just kind of sit back and watch me do this. This is what I do in the morning. I kind of roam around and decide, am I planting a squash? Am I planting carrots, radishes, whatever? I want to move something. So I took these seeds and I put them in the cup, the plastic bag underneath in this flower pot cup. It's there to hold a little water. That's all. So this way I won't forget to water it. So there'll always be a little bit of water in there. So I just kind of scattered some carrot seeds in there. And it is good when you're planting like this to get a variety that doesn't get like 12, 14 inches long or something. And these should stay small. But you know what? If they get to the bottom, they'll bend. Big deal. But I started them in the house, and this way I can go plant them anytime I want. Should I have planted them in tulle like I usually do? Yeah, but I did it this way. And notice how I peel the carrots away from the side. I don't pull them out from the middle. Less damage to the roots. Now, is this the right way to grow carrots? Well, if you want to say right or wrong, no. The right way would be to direct sow them in the ground in good, fluffy, well-drained soil. And this way they'll go nice and straight, and you'll have a really nice carrot that looks almost like a store-bought. I don't think you can always get the store-bought look because they've got all kinds of stuff they put in there. They buy certain carrots, the seeds. The plant is designed. They have a lot of designer seeds. Oh, I want you to see here. That's the carrot. So a lot of times, kind of like potatoes, they have a certain type of plant or seed they're buying because they know what the end result will be. When we're growing out of seed packets, it's kind of like running wild. They're going to just do whatever they do, and they hit a little bump in that soil, a rock, a pebble, a piece of wood, anything in there, from the tree. They're going to kind of turn and then go back down. So you get these funny looking carrots. Do I care? No. You know why? Because anything I grow is going to be far more nutritious than something I buy out of the store because there's no chemicals. It's all grown just like nature, right in the soil that I made, all that compost, out of broken down matter like I always do. Oh, I wanted to say one thing here. I know it's hard to tell, but when I bury the little tiny carrot, I actually slightly tug it up to try to straighten out that root where the carrot's actually going to grow. It helps keep it straight sometimes. But anyways, getting back to this. So is this the right way? No. Does it work for me? Yes. The only reason it doesn't work is when I don't plant them. I say, oh, I'm going to grow my carrots, and then I forget. So I try to get some carrot seeds, sprinkle them in a pot. Once I see that they're annoyingly too big, it gets me motivated. I go out there in the morning and think, maybe today I'll plant some carrots, and I really overpack it in the pot. If it gets too crowded, it doesn't matter because you're going to pull out the ones you need, whether they're small or big. It's still a carrot. They're growing there, just like I do my onions and my garlic and everything else. And they'll crowd each other out, but I'm going to pull them out. So as they grow, until there's just a few left, they'll get a little longer. They're not going to be perfect, but they're perfect enough for me. And you can cook with them. You can eat them raw. You can wash them real good and put them in a drink. And that's what I usually do. But look at this. In the morning, it took me about 10 minutes to get all those little carrots done. And then I just have to make sure I don't leave them in the sun because they're still babies and they only have that teeny root, which is the carrot on the bottom. And I want to make sure they get well established in a few days. I'll push them back out in the sun and they'll grow into nice big carrots. And now I still have to do what's left, but it's just the easiest way for me. Trying to scatter them in there, you get them growing all over. You can put them with toilet paper like some people do, but I have found sometimes they don't grow. This is the way it works for me. And everybody's got their own method of gardening, right? And now I have my carrots at my fingertips and I got to keep planting more and more. So I'll always have carrots. So wasn't that cool? Are they going to be the straightest? Who cares? Here's one I planted and I've been harvesting from this. This is fantastic. I don't know if we can see any in here. Here's a carrot. Oh, let's get the little roly-poly out. Look at the carrot. I can pull it out. I can use it later. Well, we've got a carrot there. These are all carrots. And this is what's left in this pot. Do I have a type in here? No, I just marked it for carrots. But isn't this cool? It's the easiest way to do it. I have them separated, as you can see. And then as they get big, like there's two here. Let's say I am going to pull this one out. Okay, look at that. Is it the most beautiful carrot? No. Is it the most nutritious carrot? You betcha. You know why? Now, it should have been in there longer. Because I'm using straight soil from the ground. Nothing fancy, some leaves. There's no chemicals in here. I can use the top in my juice drink that I'm going to make. Wash this up really good and then just blend up the whole thing. I get straighter carrots than that. But, you know, I could pop a couple of those in there if I want. Or just start it new. And I think I will start it new. But I come through here periodically. I get the ones in between that are in the way. Let the other ones grow bigger. And this will be perfect to add to whatever. Is it funny? Ooh, there's an earthworm on there. It is funny. But the point is, who cares? I'm not trying to grow a commercial carrot. They have all kinds of chemicals and stuff on them. You don't know what they're growing them in. And this one, why is it like this? Because you saw how I shoved it in there. That little tiny red root on the bottom. It looks just like that. If it gets twisted or bent, it's going to grow like that. But you know what? I don't care. I got great greens and a great carrot. So I hope I'm giving you ideas to make your life simple. And of course, if you want to grow the perfect carrot, get good soil, very fine, so the carrot can go straight down, and direct sow them. That's the way you're going to get it properly because you're not going to disturb the root. But you know what? This works for me. It's quick and easy. And normally they are bigger than that. I could have left it, but this gives this one now more room. And I could add a little more compost to the top or even leaves from the ground. And that will continue to keep the carrots growing until they're all gone. So with that, have a wonderful day. And don't forget to eat what you grow. And cool. Oh, and I also let them go to seed. Lately, I've had luck. Do they grow as good as the commercial ones? No. Did they alter the carrot not to grow? Maybe. But you know what? A little bent up carrot that's still orange and from the ground with no chemicals works for me. Have a great day and don't forget to eat what you grow. Bye-bye. Okay, a little one to go in my drink.